terminology for. I call it, we make mountains into molehills and molehills into mountains. Well, what does that mean? We take the big stuff like the spreading of the gospel, the worship of God, the sacraments, and the real ministry of the church. And well, that's not that important. But boy, the carpet color. Now that's what's important. That's when you make a molehill into a mountain. And I know people who churches have been split over junk like that. Or somebody, they moved something, they did something, or they get all upset. Well, that's minutia, and we get caught up into those things instead of focusing ourselves on the true message of Christ, and that's what we're to do. That's the mountain. That's the big stuff. But everybody gets caught up into all these small little things that really don't amount to anything. As my grandma Ayers used to say, 100 years from now, it ain't going to amount to a hill of beans. And my grandma Ayers was a poor lady, and a hill of beans would have meant a lot to her, trust me. But it's not going to amount to anything 100 years from now. We need to focus on the big issues: serving Christ, discipleship, doing the work that God has called us to do. I'm not saying it's not important that we don't keep our buildings up, that we don't do nice things, and all that. Not against that. But some folks get so caught up in it, and that becomes their focus. And that is something that has ruined many a life and has turned people away from God and has shipwrecked many a faith because they get caught up into the small things. Let's look at the big things. Let's not make mountains into molehills. Let's not lessen the big things. And let's not take the little things and make them into something that they're really not. Again, something that's not going to amount to anything. Pray today that God would bless and keep you this day and always. Amen.